We're at the Essence Limited worldwide headquarters here in Las Vegas, Nevada, with Dr. Ted Jacobs. Dr. Jacobs, could you tell us a little about yourself?
Sure. I'm a retired surgeon. I spent about 30 years in Boston teaching at Harvard Medical School and having a surgical practice. After I retired, I continued doing consulting for clinical trials and research for new drugs and devices.
What was it about this particular project with Essence Limited that made you decide that you wanted to be a part?
Well, it's interesting. When I was first contacted about this initiative, um, I was very surprised to learn that natural products could actually have an effect on health because they have not been studied very rigorously over the years. And there were reports about a particular blend that seemed to have positive effects. And I was intrigued by this because there seemed to be some very positive anecdotal evidence.
The Essence blend is now being used with both humans and in the equine industry for performance, and in particular interest is what seems to be happening with the stem cells. Can you tell us, for those people that aren't familiar with everything around stem cell, what is a stem cell and why are they important?
Well, stem cells are a basic repair mechanism that occurs in every person and every animal as far as we know. They're basic primitive cells that can differentiate into tissues and act in the repair of damaged tissue. So they're active in disease repair and also injury repair. And we're finding out more about this all the time. It's a very complicated process, but we know that it's very, very important, and there's a lot of study going on now in this area.
With all of the new research and results that are happening right now around stem cells and the different types of therapies that people can take, we see a lot of claims around anti-aging, grow younger. Uh, is it possible to take a product and actually take years off your life, as they say, anti-aging product?
Well, I think anti-aging is a word that's used way too much and too loosely, and people get the wrong idea about what anti-aging is. As far as we know, there is no one drug that will make you live longer. I think that if you eat the right foods and you avoid hazardous behavior such as smoking and excessive exposure to alcohol, you can live longer. But there are no drugs that make you live longer. And so anti-aging, I think it's more accurate to say that anti-aging is having a healthier life for longer into your senior years.
Doctor, can you tell us of any studies that you're aware of or ongoing studies being done currently with Premicell?
Well, there's a lot of research being done on this blend, Primicell, but the study that really got my attention was one that was done last year in China. They had some information that when people took this blend, that they felt better, they recovered faster from exercise, and in some cases, people who were actually sick were getting better faster. And so they asked us to look into this because there was a question whether this blend of Primicell could actually stimulate the stem cells in the body. And so we acted as consultants to help them construct a study, a double-blind, placebo-controlled study in normal human beings to look at the safety of the product and also what effect it might have on circulating cells in the body. And surprisingly, in just a few weeks of taking Primicell, the people found that they felt perfectly okay. They didn't have any adverse effects. And when we looked at the circulating cells in the circulation, they increased threefold in just a very short time. We believe they're stem cells, and we're trying to characterize them now in the laboratory.
Doctor, can you tell us what you've been hearing from people that have actually already started taking Premicell?
Yes, that's very interesting. People tell us in unsolicited comments that they're feeling much better. They recover faster from exercise. We've even had people say that they have some weight loss, that they have better mood, they feel better, and people have generally noticed that their fingernails are stronger and grow faster, hair growing faster and stronger, and that their skin quality is improving. So we think there's a multiplicity of effects that people are reporting back to us, and we're trying to study each one of these effects and understand how this could happen. We believe that it's possible to explain this by the activity of their stem cells that the product is stimulating.
Dr. Jacobs, could you tell us what the difference between the PremiCell formulation and a pharmaceutical drug is?
Well, there's a big difference. Pharmaceuticals are molecules that are destined and designed to treat specific diseases, and they usually have a target molecule or receptor in the body that they're working with. So there's a specific mechanism for the pharmaceutical. PremiCell Blend is not a pharmaceutical. It's all natural products. And we believe that it stimulates the stem cells in the body, and the stem cells don't treat just one thing. They're a general repair mechanism for treating everything in the body. So it's possible that all these effects that are being reported back to us could be the result of stem cell activation. And this is our current hypothesis and why we're doing so much research to clarify exactly what's happening.
Dr. Jacobs, could you share with our audience what the advantages are to having more stem cells circulating in your body?
Well, I think the simple way to look at this is that if you get an injury, it takes your stem cells a while to get mobilized to come and do the repair in your body. And it's very important that the stem cells can respond and that they can respond quickly. So if you think about it, if you are at home and you get injured and you call for an ambulance, you call, they have to get out of bed, get the ambulance, come to your house, get you, and so forth. That takes time. And so the time that you have to wait before you can start getting help is delayed just by the fact that the ambulances aren't right there. Now, when you stimulate your stem cells and they're circulating in your body at a higher rate, that would be like having an ambulance drive by your house every 5 minutes. And so if you got hurt, the next ambulance would be there very, very quickly. And so the response time from injury is very, very quick when you have more stem cells available. And we think that this is also playing out with other disease states as well.
Doctor, we understand that there's more studies currently underway using the same technology from PremiCell, but in a different blend for horses. Can you share with us a little bit about how you moved into that area and some of the results that you might have seen so far?
You know, it's curious. In most development for therapies, they're tried out on animals before you try them on humans. In this case, it's the reverse. We actually had information in human beings that the blend was safe and seemed to be effective. And now we heard that some people were trying it in horses and we're seeing amazing results. And so we shifted our attention to include horses, the equine industry, because of the positive effects being reported. And they're very similar to what we see in humans, very dramatic. Trainers, jockeys, people who treat horses and raise horses are telling us that the horses are full of energy, respond very quickly after exercise, severe exercise. Their hooves are growing faster and more strongly, and their coats and skins are much better. And curiously, the horses seem to have a better mood. I wasn't aware that horses have different moods, but we're told this over and over again. And we think we have some research that's going to help us understand why that happens.
Dr. Jacobs, would it be right to assume that an increase in the circulation of stem cells would be beneficial for horses as well?
Well, we have actually seen an increase in the circulating cells in horses that's similar to what we see in human beings. So we think that this is a universal response to this blend or this family of blends. And we're quite amazed by this. But as we take blood samples and look at horses, we're seeing the same kind of effect that we've seen in humans. So we think it's related.
Dr. Jacobs, for people that are out there considering getting started on the PremiCell program or even putting their horse on the Equine Regen product, they might be wondering, is there any information on whether these products are safe?
Well, actually, the ingredients in these blends have been used for hundreds of years. And there's a very long history of safety for the ingredients. And all we've done is take natural ingredients that are well known and put them together in a certain combination to make these blends. In addition, there was a study done in China, a safety study, a double-blind placebo-controlled study in normal human beings to look at the safety of the product, and it was safe at the dose given. We also have safety data from horses where we've given several different doses, and it is safe and without adverse effects. Now, we're looking at the dosing all the time. We believe that the doses that we're recommending are really safe. There's no adverse effects that we know of, and we're very confident of the safety profile at this time.
Thank you for joining us today, Dr. Jacobs.